Welcome back to A Talk Stories. Today is another deep dive into the lore of Diablo 2. The origins of the Countess, the unexplained nature of her existence. The worried mother turned manic killer. How the soul deepens in the dark, seeking comfort in it. Then one day realizing that is all it has. Join us on an adventure through Sanctuary into the pit of the earth itself, seeking glory and praise, perhaps valor and honor, or is it for the souls of the damned? None can truly say. All that is known is written by those who witnessed it. If they have survived, then the spirit of those who were there can guide you back to the darkness. But what I have seen, I wish not to have eyes. Shall we dive into this tale of derision and death? Jill Booma's Diary, Day 9, in the Rogue Encampment. I have scouted the marsh for the Forgotten Tower. The tome that Deckard sent me to find in the stony field has revealed far more than my mind can fathom. Speaking of the atrocities of the one who once ruled over this land and his concubine who showered in his glory and his name, but not his personage. An eternity of evil before the lash of hell upon this plain. She murdered her husband and stole his plots. Then, when the hordes emerged, she sold her soul with the blood of the innocent. The images and ideas presented in this darkened scripture torment even me. The things I have done are in the name of the high heavens. They may be forgiven if I am able to complete my task and cleanse this world of hell's influence. Rituals to turn dreams into nightmares. Knowledge of powers that rend flesh and bone and soul alike. From combining souls to multiply power, to devouring souls for their essence. From drinking and eating their flesh to donning it themselves. Little is known of the full extent that the Countess went through to secure her stature. From the work of this tome, I have compiled my closest assessment of the situation. Dreams of the darkness to come flooded her mind and tortured her soul. Desperation and desire for power grew in her as she watched her husband command the lands with a raw iron fist. It had not pleased her at first, but she knew it must be done. Now she craved it, fought for it, scorned him when he didn't go far enough. Slowly, as the evil crept in, she resented him for not pressing his cruelty upon all. Why was he holding back? His foul pigs were not worthy enough to even look upon him. Only she would see him.
Good day.
With glassy eyes and sluggish movements, she worked her way towards him, the embrace their last. She bit deep into his neck, tearing flesh and devouring blood. The taste was greater than she could have imagined, greater pleasure than the physical. It consumed her, became the only desire her mind could conjure. A need, a hunger, and it was growing. The hordes of hell had broken the barrier of Sanctuary and flooded to her side. Evil calls to evil. There are those who are destined for hell. Once upon our plane, the mindless hordes would seek a master. Even with the deeds upon her feet and the horrors planned in her mind, there was still deeper to dive. Eternal youth was at her fingertips. Embrace the whole of the demonic and rise with evil to a new status in the world. The Countess. She burned through villages, tortured for fun, killed with spirit. Always at the head of her armies, using all the power women possess to bring men to their knees. She needed more, however, so she commanded to gather all the finest maidens of Westmarch and have them brought to the estate. More than 100 virgin girls were chained and bled for months to create an unlimited blood pool source for the rejuvenation of the body. The Countess would bathe in their blood endlessly. She would wear it upon her body as she thrust the sword of her armies into the belly of the land. None could withstand her onslaught. As the devastation grew and the true demon showed its face, the offspring of the Countess band together to resist the darkness spreading across the land. They lured the Countess to the edge of the estate, a tower cellar where the secret to immortality lay, a bath of blood from one's own flesh. It was a trap. The Countess cut them all down, bled them, bathed in them, became them. Their life added to hers. But another trap was set in secret, for they knew the consequences and sacrifices of their actions. The Countess's offspring had prepared the resisting armies for this moment. They had stormed the estate and burnt it to the ground, cast every splinter and every speck of ash to the wind. A spell was set in the tower by the powerful mages of the Herodrum. They had been secretly watching from a distance, waiting for their time to strike, to repel evil and cast it back to the shadows of hell. Now I search for answers. Interrogation is not my greatest feat, but I pride myself on inflicting the most pain. Even hell would be jealous of my tactics. In the name of the high heavens, naught can be wrought undone under the name of it. Deeds will be done, knowledge will be gained, demons will fear me as I press into the depths of the marsh, moving into the highlands, searching for that one demon with the information so willing on their lips. This is but a foe as I speak to the souls of the damned in death, taking their atrocities upon myself, safely cleansing in the light of angels with my blood glowing and consuming the darkness. It takes time, but they do fade. Each kill is a burden upon my soul. Each new death of these creatures teaches me more. The remnants of the land, books, sculptures, paintings, they tell the story of an evil that cut its heart out, that cast all emotion to the wind. To tell the world of its power, it would seal all of its humanity. A demon born upon man, the worst kind of evil, self-made. My journey takes me deeper into the Horde's territory, lands unknown by the likes of good and light. Only horrors and torments feed upon the land, broken and distilled of virtue and grace. I am not the one to bring light to the land. I am here to end the darkness. Others will come in my stead to heal what I have cleansed. I must know my path, tread it quietly and faithfully, destroy those who wish to push me from it. I rain the pressure of my spirit upon them, bringing them closer to me, embracing them with my blades, caressing them with my boots, every last one. The endless tide will be met with an endless sand that gleams like diamonds. By my hands, I will make this true. I will bring justice to this world, unleash pure devastation on those who wish to force evil upon mankind. We have enough embedded in us, not for the pressures of hell. For each day is a new struggle to keep our sanity. I pray that mine lasts far beyond the cleansing of this world. The selfish nature of wishing to lavish in your own accomplishments. For I surely know, even if I succeed, I will be dead of spirit, devoid of soul, and broken of body. That is the price of the faithful. The Herodrum know this, and that is why they are the true guiding force for the world. I am merely an emissary to them, paving the way for the deeds to be done. In the past, it was others. And today, I merely carry on their ways. That sacred knowledge guiding me to this end, to the seal under the tower. 5 pentagrams of magic flame sealed off the floors of the tower cellar, trapping the Countess behind an impenetrable barrier. As time passed, her offspring died and the source of blood dried. She had immortality, but now, what was the cost? As the decay of death overtook her body, she screamed into the night, for her beauty was her life. Now she was a corpse, a disease that walked, nothing but a husk of a being, no soul, barely a body. There in the cellar she waits, her servants from hell and the voices of greater demons speaking to her, imparting sacred knowledge, runes. With a tireless workforce, she would mine the ores of the ground under that tower. With nails longer than her fingers, imbued with the language of hell, she brought power from those rocks, those metals, engraved them with the darkest of demonic words. Her task unwavering and never completed. She continues to supply the darkness with coursing power of humanity. The one thing demons cannot get their hands on themselves. They must act through possession of a third party, channeling the power of the high heavens and the sunken hells, combining to create magic even the Herodrum feared. There was a note in the tome at the end, written in separate script. All it said was, "Removal of the heart." As I learned more of these rituals of the damned, as these words spread through my mind, sparking the ideas, could her immortality be tied to her body, destroy her heart, free her soul by sealing the sacred fire, return her heart, sunder the beast for eternity? Hell waits for its next victim. I have discovered that the Countess's heart is entombed within a pit in the marshes. A magic chest preserved in time. Break the seal, unleash the heart, cleanse the flames with her soul. Let it rest under that tower, a body left to wither, men left to mine, a soul floating free. She is now just another demon to kill, draining her power and consuming her will. I now have the runes of her lineage to procure an awakening in the metals of the earth. With these, I shall gain a newfound power. I shall rise to the challenge and face my greatest foe yet, Andariel. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed today's story. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. As predicted, tomorrow's story will be the confrontation with Andariel, the mother of evil in Westmarch. Can Jalbuma overcome the power of a greater demon? Or is the Nephilim blood truly a force to which hell has no answer? Tune in next time to find out. Until then, stay safe in Sanctuary, for the gates of hell are always attempting to open. Let us be the ones to hold that darkness at bay.